Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Oh, ain't nobody on this motherfucker. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna let about 20 people get in here. Then we're gonna take off like a rocket. Welcome in, Sylvester. The topic, man, we talking about the update of Trump and Kamala. Who you going for? Let me see your election in the pool. Who you like in the pool? Hit that like button for me, Sylvester. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me. Tap that screen. Here we go, y'all. So right now, first of all, for those of y'all who tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Today we talking about the election pool. We got less than 48 hours before the election is at hand, for we know who the winners is. For the fate of America is shown before our hand. We will know in less than 48 hours. So right now we're gonna have a pool watch. We're gonna see who winning out there. Y'all ready? Okay, so right here is this page displays the current 270 to win pool average for each state. Where it is not applicable, the most recent 2024 presidential election pools is used. So this is where they use the election pool right here. So as of today, Harris is winning by 1%. But let's see what states. Arizona is going towards Trump way. Florida is going towards Trump way. Georgia, come on, let's count these states, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Let's count these states. Okay, so Trump is winning in Arizona. Trump is winning in Florida. Trump is winning in Georgia. Okay, this is Trump. We're gonna put Kamala on this side. Kamala is winning in Maine. Kamala is winning also in Maine District. But for some reason, Trump is winning in Maine District 2. Harris is winning in Maryland. Harris is winning in Massachusetts. She's winning in Michigan. Trump is winning in Nevada. Harris is winning in New Hampshire. Trump is winning in North Carolina. Trump is winning in Ohio. Trump is winning in Pennsylvania. Harris is winning in Rhode Island. Trump is winning in Texas. Harris is winning in Vermont. Harris is winning in Massachusetts. Trump is winning in Iowa. For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Today, we keeping up with the election. We have less than 48 hours before the election is at hand to show us who will be the new leader of the free world. Are you ready to see who has the fate of America at hand, in their hand? If you think it will be Trump, vote in the election pool right here. If you think it will be Kamala, vote in the election pool. Who y'all voting for? If you're voting for Trump, say Trump. If you're voting for Kamala, say Kamala. Please hit the screen, hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Let's finish with this. Let's see who win in the most states, y'all. Let's go. Okay. Harris is winning. Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen, y'all. Harris is winning in California, of course. New Mexico. Oh man, Harris is winning. Virginia, Harris is winning. Wyoming, Trump is winning. Colorado, Harris is winning. South Carolina, Trump is winning. New Jersey, Trump is winning. Harris is winning, excuse me, y'all. Utah, Trump is winning. Minnesota, Harris is winning. For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, support the channel, y'all. Tell me who you like. If you like Trump, if you like Kamala, let me know in the pool. Hit the screen, y'all. Hit that red button right here. Show love to the channel. Be good people today, y'all. Let's go. Let's see who is winning in the most states. So, okay. That's good. All right. So, Nebraska District 1, Trump is winning. Nebraska District 2, Kamala is winning. Nebraska District 3, Trump is winning. New York City, Kamala is winning. Kansas, Trump is winning. Alaska, Trump is winning. Montana, Trump is winning. South Dakota, Trump is winning. Oregon, Kamala is winning. Washington, Kamala is winning. For those of y'all who just tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. Welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Today, we're keeping up with the election pool. I'm telling you live right now who is winning in the forefront of America. In less than 48 hours, all of America will know who will have America in its hand in the land. Do you want to see Kamala in the seat? representing the democratic principles? Or do you want Trump in the seat representing the Republican principle? Let me know who you want to see inside of the comments. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the screen. Tap that screen. Show some support to the channel, y'all. Let's finish this up. Tennessee. Trump is winning. North Dakota. Trump is winning. Indiana. Trump is winning. Delaware. Kamala is winning. Connecticut. Kamala is winning. Missouri. Trump is winning. Arkansas. Trump is winning. Oklahoma. Trump is winning. West Virginia. Trump is winning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the result of the election pool for each state. Let's count it, ladies and gentlemen. This is for to show you we got less than 48 hours for these results to change. But this is for to show you who fit to be your next president. You fit to know before everybody. I'm fit to give it to you right now. You ready? Kamala has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm going to count them again. 1, 2. 21. She got 21 states on her side. Now let's count Trump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 states. Let me count it over. $26 states. So Kamala got 21 states and Trump got 26 states already sealed. Now let's go over the percentage, y'all. For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Thank you for joining the channel. You've made it to the Bosstiviti World platforms where we keep you informed on all matters to do with your life and safety. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Check this out, though. Trump is winning in 26 states, and Kamala is winning in 21 states. Now, this is 48 hours before the election, y'all. This is 48 hours. Now let's check out the percentage of how much Kamala is losing or winning inside of these states, likewise unto Trump. This will tell you a lot about how further Trump is or how further Kamala is inside of the election. But for those of y'all who just tuning in, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show love to the channel, y'all. We trying to reach 10K before January the 1st. We trying to reach 10K before January the 1st, y'all, and we can do that with your help. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's check these percentages out, family. Here we go. Okay, this is the national result. The national result shows that Kamala is winning by 1% nationally in America. She's only winning by 1%, y'all. Okay? So inside of Arizona right here, Trump is beating her by 1.6% out of a whole state. So in 2 days, that percentage can decrease or increase in Arizona. In Florida right here, Trump is leading by 6.5%. So I verily doubt that Kamala come back from that state. So we'll say Florida is already gone for Trump. So we'll put Florida on Trump's side. Florida is Trump. Okay, then we come over here to Georgia. We see that the polls in Georgia is showing 1.2% in Trump's favor. But if Kamala can pull her tactic off in 48 hours in Georgia, she might have a living chance. If Kamala can if she can pull a good stunt. In Maine, Kamala has 8.6% lead over Trump, which means that I'm going to go ahead and give Maine to Kamala. Kamala is voted in Maine. She is already the president to them. Okay, we come over here to Maine District 1. We'll see that Kamala is 22.7% voted in. They already on her side, they for her in Maine District 1. So we're going to go ahead and give Maine District 1 to Kamala. You come over here and see Maine District 2 for some reason. Trump is up 6%. So for some reason in Maine, there's a disagreement in politics. We can see the results right here, y'all. Some people are agreeing with Trump and some people isn't in Maine. But for some reason, they love Kamala in Maine District 1. But there's been a big fight in Maine District 2 about this. But so far, Trump is up 6%. So we're going to go ahead and give Trump Maine District 2. Ain't no way she going to beat that 6% in 2 days. For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Please hit that subscribe button right there, y'all. Hit that like button, tap the screen like this here. Show love to the channel. Today we organizing and structuring the idea of who exactly might win the election. And right now, it's looking like whoever you think. Here we go, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Here we go. Maryland right here. Maryland, Harris is up 28%. 28.3%. So we're going to go ahead and give Kamala Maryland. That's gone. Trump is not coming back from that. Massachusetts, she's up 27.7%. So that's also her territory. Michigan, she's up 1.5%. So we're not gonna count Trump out on this one. We're gonna give Trump, we're gonna give Trump a little bit more time with that one. Nevada, in Nevada, Trump is up 0.6%. So that means that, hey, they got 2 days to show out. That's still a fight in Nevada. In New Hampshire right here, Harris is up 5%. We're going to go ahead and give Harris New Hampshire. In North Carolina, Trump is up 1.2%. It's still a fight in North Carolina. We're going to leave that alone. In Ohio right here, Trump is up 6.8%. We're going to go ahead and give Ohio to Trump. She's gone with that. Pennsylvania, Trump is up 0.1%. It's still a fight in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, if y'all on here, y'all got to go ahead and get your votes in. Rhode Island. In Rhode Island right here, Harris is up 14%. We're going to go ahead and give Harris Rhode Island. In Texas, Trump is up 7.4%. We're going to go ahead and give Trump Texas. In Vermont, for those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Today is a live update of the election pool. If you're into this election thing, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Over here, we got podcasting and news for you to keep you updated on all current affairs that's going on. Not just the election. We talking about everything that's going on. If you're feeling the live, please support the channel. It is very needed. Here we go, y'all. Vermont. In Vermont, Harris is up 32%. We might as well go ahead and give Harris Vermont. In Wisconsin, Harris is up 0.8%. It's still a fight. So let's go over this. We're going to go, okay, so Trump is up 4.3% in Iowa. We're going to go ahead and give Trump Iowa. Okay, now let's go up here and count out these states that's still fighting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 of them so far. 6 fighting right now, fighting. Okay. Now, let's get back to, okay, so in California right here, Harris is leading by 23%. So we're going to go ahead and give Harris California. In New Mexico right here, y'all. Harris is leading by 6.4%. So we're going to go ahead and give Harris New Mexico. In Virginia right here, Harris is leading by 8.8%. We're going to give Harris Virginia. In Wyoming right here, Trump is leading by 38.5%. That is Trump. Wyoming is for Trump. So we're going to give Wyoming to Trump. In Colorado right here, Harris is up 12%. We're going to go ahead and give Harris Colorado. Okay. South Carolina right here, y'all. Trump is up 11.7%. We're going to go ahead and give Trump South Carolina. In New Jersey, Harris is up 16%. We're going to go ahead and give Harris New Jersey. In Utah, Trump is up 25.5%. We're going to give Trump Utah. In Minnesota, Harris is up 6.3%. We're going to go ahead and give Harris Minnesota. For those of y'all who just tuning in, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for being a watcher of my channel. We're keeping up with the election over here. If you into that, thank you for your support. If you're not, still thank you for your support. Here we go, y'all. Nebraska is for Trump 15% ahead. We're going to go ahead and give Trump Nebraska. Okay. Nebraska District 1, Trump is 6% ahead. We're going to give him Nebraska District 1 also. Okay. Nebraska District 2, Harris is up 10%. We're going to give Harris Nebraska District 2. Nebraska District 3, Trump is up 48%. We're going to go ahead and give Nebraska District 3 to Trump. New York. In New York, Kamala is up 18.5%. She gets New York. In Kansas, Trump is up 5%. We're going to give Trump Kansas. Trump is up 8% in Alaska, so we're giving Trump Alaska. In Montana, Trump is up 18%. Trump we're giving Trump Montana. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. This is real, bro. This is the current pool election. What is you talking about? 2024 as of today. As of today. What they say? 2024 presidential election pool. This is as of today, brother. So hold on, don't disturb me. So we at Montana. In South Dakota, Trump is up 26.5%. So Trump is going to get South Dakota. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Support the channel, y'all. Support the channel. Okay. In Oregon, Kamala is up. In Oregon, Kamala is up 12% in Oregon. So we going to go ahead and give Kamala Oregon, y'all. Okay. Washington. In Washington, Kamala is up 20.6%. We're going to give Kamala Washington. In Tennessee, Trump is up 21%. So we're going to give Trump Tennessee. In North Dakota, Trump is up 27%. We're going to give Trump North Dakota. In Indiana, Trump is up 16%. We're going to give Trump Indiana. In Delaware, Kamala is up 18.5%. We're going to go ahead and give Kamala Delaware. In Connecticut, Kamala is 16%. We're going to go ahead and give Kamala Connecticut. In Missouri, Trump is up 11.5%. We're going to go ahead and give Trump Missouri. In Arkansas, Trump is up 15%. We're going to give Trump Arkansas. In Oklahoma, Trump is up 16%. We're going to give Trump Oklahoma. In West Virginia, Trump is up 27%. Most recent poll. Trump, we're going to give Trump for West Virginia. Okay. So out of all of these states we just went through, y'all, everything. We got 2 pages full of states. Out of all these states we went through, 6 states determine the fate of America. Now let's see who those states are. Who is the 6 states that determine the fate of America? Here we go. Excuse me. The number 1 state is Arizona. The number 2 state is Georgia. The number 3 state is Michigan. The number 4 state is Nevada. The number 5 state is North Carolina. Ain't that some? And the last one is Pennsylvania. Ain't that some? Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Nevada, and North Carolina. One, two. So, Trump got 26 states in his favor right now. Kamala got 21 states. It's only 52 states. With them 2 states, 26 and 21, that's 47. 47 plus 6. So the election is in the hand of 6 states: Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, and Michigan. Ain't that something? Out of all the states in the world, it had to be Georgia and North Carolina in there, didn't it? Didn't it have to be Georgia and North Carolina in there? So right now in Spain, well, not in Spain, in Russia, they having a lot of things about the election over there too. What is going on with this election? What is going on, family? For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss in high pursuit. Thank you so much for watching and joining and engaging and typing, and thank you so much for being a part of this page. Y'all, if only y'all knew what that means for have engagement and people tuning in. Thank y'all. We about to go on the habit of going live every other day and doing a podcast every 3 days. So that's going to be the new wave. I could have sworn it's a lot of people took their lives back. Oh yeah, they've been doing that a lot. They've been throwing them actors up there. Y'all seen Alicia Keys up there? They just put Alicia Keys up there. I think that was the day. Oh, you was at the rally when Alicia Keys was there, MW 2313.
When you imagine your future,
of polls finds the race is still essentially locked in a tie with no clear leader. And much more importantly, in the critical battleground states that will decide who actually wins control of the White House, new polls in those swing states show Donald Trump with a slight advantage in the Sun Belt. CNN's Harry Enton is live at the Magic Wall for us in New York. Harry, walk us through the numbers.
Yeah, I care a lot more about these Sunbelt battleground states than I do that national polling leader, because the fact is it's the Electoral College. So let's take a look at where we are in these Sunbelt battleground states. And you can see a lot more red on your screen. In fact, there is no blue on your screen. Arizona, Donald Trump up by 5 points. Georgia, we're characterizing it as no clear leader, but he's got 4 points ahead of Kamala Harris. And in the great state of North Carolina, it's Donald Trump by 3 points. Again, no clear leader. I should note that these results are a little bit more Republican-leaning than the averages are in these states. But even in the averages, they all show Donald Trump slightly ahead in these 3 pivotal battleground states, 2 of which Joe Biden carried last time around, Arizona and Georgia.
So when you drill down into the data, what are some of the factors that explain why these numbers are friendly to Donald Trump?
Yeah, why are they? Let's dig deep down into those crosstabs, all right? I think this will give you an indication why. All right, what's the most important issue for determining your November vote? And this is Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and average. Look at what's number one, the economy / inflation, 31%. That's a great issue for Donald Trump. He's always led on the economy and inflation. How about immigration? Issue number 2, 16%. Another great issue for Donald Trump. Only when we get down here to abortion at 16% is where Kamala Harris does particularly well. So 2 of the 3 top issues are issues on which Donald Trump does better than Kamala Harris. So not much of a surprise that he's leading the poll. How about this? I think this is really interesting. All right, choice for president, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina. All right, Hispanic voters. 4 years ago, Joe Biden won that vote 66% in the Sun Belt. Look at where we are now. Kamala Harris at just 52%. So Kamala Harris struggling among Hispanic voters. Donald Trump doing considerably better than he did 4 years ago. How about black voters? Kamala Harris, again, leading here by a significant margin, right? She's getting 83% of that vote, but that is significantly short of Joe Biden's 92%. So the bottom line is, in the Sun Belt, which is much more diverse than the northern battleground states up in the Great Lakes, Kamala Harris is struggling among voters of color, Jake.
And Harry, as you note, obviously it all comes down to the Electoral College. The magic number is 270. If Harris is able to hold on to those blue wall states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Trump continues to maintain his advantage in the Sun Belt, what do we get?
Oh, my goodness. Look how close this race is. 276 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 262 because she carries these Great Lake battleground states, even if she loses in North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona. But the bottom line is this, Mr. Tapper. This race is way too close to call based upon the polling that I currently see.
Wait, Harry, why do you have Nevada blue?
Why? Because that is the polling average is Nevada is blue in by, get this, by a single percentage point. It's the one Sun Belt state in which Kamala Harris currently holds any sort of advantage. But even there, it's way too close to call, as our dear friend John Ralston would like to say.
Yeah, I don't know that I buy that. Harry,
you don't buy it, then we're going to have to come back on and we'll talk about it a little bit.
You have an open invitation. What happens if you turn Nevada red?
Can you do that? I can turn Nevada red, and guess what happens if we turn Nevada red? Kamala Harris gets exactly 270 electoral votes. So she would still win in this scenario if you turn Nevada red, because she wins, of course, in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, which at this point looks like it's going to maintain its blueness because the statewide law is going to maintain that it gives an electoral vote to the winner of each of those congressional districts.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit with the guy trying to change the law in Nebraska, Harry Enton at the Magic Wall. Thanks so much.
So what y'all think? What y'all think? You know, everybody want to see Kamala win. I know we want to see Kamala come out on top on this. We want to see this. But it looking like the states are going red. It looking like all of the money that they done put into marketing and mass media marketing, it ain't working. For some reason, Trump is coming out on top. Ain't nobody stopping him. The power line is being exemplified all over America. If you pay attention to how Trump is moving, Trump is working. He working. He just was on Joe Rogan podcast. He was on other podcasts, on shows, on stages, at rallies. He is traveling and working. He just had the Muslims on stage for him, the Christians on stage for him. So every move that Kamala pull, he pulling a deeper move. So who do y'all think the fate of America will lies in? Who do y'all think? Somebody said we love Trump because Trump love us. Somebody said Harris 2024, Trump 2024, Trump. Take back the country. Okay, so for those of you who are for Kamala or you for Trump, let me see you text it inside of the text message now. Text it in the comments. I'm gonna say your name out loud. Text Trump if you for Trump. Text Kamala if you Trump. Okay, so Hunter Boo Boo said Trump. Clayton say Trump. Arpad say Trump. Rob Per say Trump. Keon say Trump. Boled say Kamala. Trevor say Trump. Definitely say Trump. Mr. Bacon say Trump. Steven say Trump. Ronnie Anderson say Trump. Scott say Trump. Wow. Carla Johnson say Trump all day, baby. Carla Payton say Trump. David P say Kamala. Gag Killer say Trump standing on business. Owen Evans say Trump 2024. Panay say Kamala Harris. Leonardo say Trump. Banks say Trump. Robert say Trump. Miller say Kamala. Zippo say Trump. Elizabeth say Trump. Man. Everybody is for Trump. Let me see. Robert is for Trump. Dan Tazil is for Kamala. Lola and Bella is for Trump. Jacksonville Kid is for Trump. Deborah is for Trump. Malin is for Harris. Chris Way is for Trump. Brooklyn S is for Harris. Michael King is for Trump. Danielle is for Trump. Fired Fruel is for Trump. Henry is for Jesus 2024. William Smith is for Trump. Tweak is for Trump. Clayton Bixby is for Trump. Andy N is for Trump. God damn. Andrea is for Trump. Welcome to the show, Andrea. Mark is for Trump. That banana, yo, is for Trump. Jeremiah is for Trump. Tay is for Trump. Eddie is for Trump. Eminem is for Trump. God damn, boy, Trump know he's fit to win. Okay. So y'all understand. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm finna show y'all a video. You gotta get ready for this video. For those of y'all who just tuning in, welcome to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss. Here we go, y'all.
My show is Christina Watkins talked with a therapist about ways to manage the stress and anxiety.
The stakes are high for the 2024 election, and so is the level of stress for some voters.
Mentally, I'm nervous about the outcome.
In a new poll from the American Psychological Association, 77% of adults surveyed reported the future of our nation as a significant source of stress in their lives. The economy wasn't too far behind, with 73% saying it's stressing them out, followed by the presidential election at 69%.
I think they're certainly anxious to see the results, but I think regardless, it's almost like a sporting event, right? One team's going to win, one's going to lose, and if you win, you're going to feel good. If you lose, you're not going to feel good, but regardless, you just need to get through.
The study from the APA also shows more voters this election cycle are stressed out and anxious compared to past elections. Look at the data from 2020 and 2016. 72% responded to the survey and said they're worried this election could lead to violence, and more than half think the presidential race could be the end of democracy in the United States. We asked Central Florida therapist Maria
Jerome
Fernandez
said
how
for
voters can
Trump.
manage their feelings regardless of the outcome.
Acknowledge what you're anxious about. Acknowledge.
So now the reason why I played this video is because this video is showing you that this is the most intense, the most stressful, the most violent, the most depressing election that America has ever faced. Why is it so? Why is election so big right now? Why is election so big right now, y'all? Can somebody tell me why the election is so big? Bruce Miller said Trump. He say, what policies do you like from Kamala? I mean, only thing that I might like from Kamala is the fact that she say 100 million people might benefit from her cutting taxes, 100 million people. But guess what? It's over 400 million people in America. So 100 million people ain't nothing. It ain't gonna affect nothing. That ain't even half of America. 100 million people ain't even a half of America, bruh. So let's be real, bruh. This is all a scheme and a game. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. When have you seen any election that came across your face that it went everything just like the president said it was gonna go? Every president from the first one on to this one has lied to us from the first to the last one. Ain't none of them folks get nothing done. What has they got done? Every time I go to the store, to work, whatever, I see homeless people outside asking for money. Hey man, you'll buy me something from the store? Hey man, you'll get me a burger out of there, man. Hey man, you'll buy me something to eat? Hey man, you got a couple dollars. You got $2. You got 50 cents, man. Hey, throw me a quarter. Give me a dime. People out there asking for anything, a nickel. Outside, this is what's going on. This is what's going on outside. Don't y'all see what's going on outside? So here we go. We got, number one, we got somebody who people say want to be a dictator trying to run the world. Then we got somebody who trying to be the first female record of America to run the world. It say the homeless situation is worse than it ever been. Exactly. But this is what I'm saying. If Kamala and Biden is already in office, and Kamala keep getting on all these stages talking about what they're going to change and what this is done. If you've been in the office for 4 years already, and you come back, see, America's got to be crazy. If the president or the vice president already been in the office for 4 years already, and they come on the stage talking about how everything messed up, the current vice president who's running for president come on the stage talking about everything is messed up when they're the current president of the United States. What the hell? Who really messed things up? That's the question. I didn't say she did it. I didn't say, I'm not being judgmental. I'm not being one-sided. But what I am saying, somebody say, president is not vice president. West was Pence's policy. What I'm saying is, I'm not on nobody's side. What I am saying is that what is they talking about changing when they already in office? Biden and Kamala is already in the office. They coming out of the office talking about they finna change this, they finna change that, when y'all been in the office all this time, man. You supposed to been changed this. William Smith, thank you so much for your super chat. He said, America is crazy. Vote for Trump, guys. William Smith said, America is crazy. America is crazy. Vote for Trump. Thank you so much for your super chat, William. God bless you and your family. I send blessings to you and your family. Thank you, brother. Thank you, King. But yeah, how is it possible that a person can say, wow, that's just like, if I'm the manager of a Burger King and before I became the manager of the Burger King, this Burger King was ran a certain type of way. Now I come trying to run this Burger King. I fired people off the rip. Now I ain't got enough people to run this Burger King in the first place. So what happens when you don't have enough people to run anything? You run out of business. So we seeing a potential day where America might run out of business. It say only doomed people will allow calamity to befall them before they figure things out. Exactly. Isaac said Trump 2024. It say at least Mega Wright is honest enough to say Bush was ass. Exactly. But what I'm saying though, family, we grown here. Let's really talk about this. For the people who is already in position, already presidents and vice presidents, don't you look at it as an insane or mental health move for you to come back and try to run for president after you've been in the office for 4 years and you come back talking about the work that you have did? You come in the office talking about We're gonna take the bread prices down. We're gonna take this down. Why is it up in the first place? Because of you. So your first 4 years in the office, you came to raise it up. You came to make problems so that when the new election come in, y'all can get the whole 8 years in there and try to decrease the problems that y'all created in the first place. So whose fault is it? Who real fault is it? That's the question. He didn't start wars, improve relationship with North Korea. Exactly. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Elon Musk, right. He lowered taxes. What have the demons done? Nothing. They ain't done nothing. They haven't done nothing ever since their reality was created. We got to remember, y'all, when all this stuff was created, there was no Democrat. There was only the Republic. But for some reason, they split it up. They split it up. And now you got Democrat and you got Republican. It's a hell no to Trumpism. Inflation was down when Trump was president. Hell no to dictatorship. So Michael Rue, do you really think Trump got enough power to become the president and not get and become a dictator? Come on, man, let's be real. Do you really think Trump got now, if Trump got enough finesse to become a dictator over America, why haven't a president done it before? You think it ain't been no presidents inside of that seat with all that power ever thought like Trump is thinking, like, I don't want to never leave? In his mind, he don't want to never leave. You think is he the only one who felt like that? So there was a system designed for presidents who think like that. I don't want to leave this power. Guess what? America have a system designed, policies that written already for presidents who feel as though they won't leave the presidency after their term is over. There are policies, laws, bylaws, everything written for that process. So the dictatorship is only fake news pushed to you so you won't accept the progress. That's the truth. It used to be the Federalist Party and the Democrat Republic. Yeah, exactly. Those were the names of the two parties. Yeah, exactly. Did Trump accept the last election? I don't know what you mean about did he accept. If you want to be free, vote for Republican Party. But I'm just giving y'all the truth, man. You know, I think that we must understand that it ain't a coincidence that God allowed somebody to try to kill this man. You know, all of this stuff is lined up for something to happen, man. But you know, we've been shown, man, that no matter which way it go, we all gonna be effed. If you know what I mean. It said, no, I don't know what you mean. Can you please be specific? No, we're talking about if we don't vote, we're going to all be messed up. We're going to be fucked. Here we go, y'all. Y'all think it's a game, but that boy Trump is not playing. He trying to come. He just sent Vance to New Hampshire. They down there working. We belong to the light. We belong to the thunder. Trump stood after being shot, blood all over his face, and said, "Fight." Right. Unemployment is in all economy through the Biden didn't create new jobs. Exactly. Evil versus good. Exactly, JJ. In life, we learn from our mistakes, and history teaches our people mistakes. Exactly. We damn sure do, Michael. The last job reports like 9K jobs. It say, Netta, a lot, bro. Hold on. Just do research. I don't want to take my word. Go research. That's terrible. It say, hey, fellow Americans at the table standing with Harris, please tell me what Harris and Walt is going to do when they have to step on the international stage. Mistake. Our mistakes was not keeping Trump in office. Wow. We won't we won we won't have a country left if Trump doesn't get in. This is serious, y'all. I'm suggesting people to vote Harris, and I can simply reason why. Why then? Evil is hating the so-called other more than you're loving yourself. If you are confident in your opinions and you can back them with evidence and intellect, you shouldn't be upset with me, should you? The job number last month was 12,000, and that is 8 jobs a day per state. So last month, only 8 people a day got new jobs. Damn! Damn! That sounds like very cult-like talk. You are not voting for Harris. You are really voting for Obama a 4th time. Damn. When you start saying that a presidential candidate is anointed by God, then you a slippery slope to Cold Town. I believe in pro-life, but I also believe that it's up to the state, not the feds, and that's why all these need abortion clinics in my neighborhood, they ain't in the rich neighborhood. I'm not trying to put out a cult like life, and I'm not down with that. How do you differentiate between black born here and blacks from Congo? Oh, you can tell. You can tell. You are not just going to take that at face value, are you? Hey man, I'm just saying. I just posted it. If somebody shares an opinion that you finds questionable or shares numbers with you that they don't cite sources for. I'm not upset with you. Why can't you just go research for a few hours? If I could send links, etc., I would. Research the truth there if you want to know. I voted for Harris because America cannot handle another 4 years of a self-obsessed, I don't know what that word is, who can barely stand up and express and cogent thought. Being anointed by God does not put you in the cult. In a cult, refusing God put you in a cult. Being anointed by God doesn't put you in a cult. Refusing God puts you in a cult. Well, I don't believe that God exists. Oh my God. He said he don't believe God exists, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit the screen for me, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. I'm about to get off of here in a minute. Jesus Christ's name in Greek, Christos, the anointed one. But you know, Christos don't really mean Christos. Let me see, hold on. Christos, if I'm not mistaken, Christos is a Latin word that means Indian sun god. Let's look that up. Christos. Let's look it up, y'all. Okay, it's a Greek. Okay, right here, the initial definition. The name Christos has its origin in Greek and carries a significant meaning of Christ's barrier, deriving from the Greek word Christos, meaning anointed one or Messiah. The name Christos has deep religious connotations. It symbolizes the act of carrying or representing the Savior, Jesus Christ. All right, yeah, it mean that too. Watch this though. Christos. I'm trying to Christos. Right. Hold on. Look at this. Look what this say right here, y'all. This is crazy. Oh my God. It says, in Christianity, sun worship or idolatry would not be allowed. However, Jesus is often represented in the Christian community faith as a son to represent his resurrection. I need one more person to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Give me 50 likes. I'm about to get ready to jump off of here. Welcome, JoJo. Welcome, JoJo. Welcome, Sport and Music. Welcome, We Belong to the Light. Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing, y'all. Thank y'all so much, man, for supporting the channel. Much love to y'all. Much love. Much love. Much love, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all.
It comes as Trump today tells ABC News that he expects a winner to be declared on election night. Asked if there's any way that he could lose, Trump said, quote, "I think I have a pretty substantial lead, but you could say, yeah, you could lose. Bad things could happen." Kristen Holmes is out front in Macon, Georgia, where Trump is about to take the stage at a rally. And Kristen, interesting there. It almost sounds like something anybody would say. Like, maybe I'm going to win, maybe I'm going to lose. Of course, the context is that it's Trump, who earlier today, went on extensively about how he didn't win the last election, shouldn't have actually left the White House, and that he didn't mind if someone had to shoot through the media if they were trying to shoot at him at a rally, and his campaign has had to spend time cleaning all these things up. So you've been speaking to insiders at the top of his campaign. What are they telling you?
Well, Aaron, I spoke to a number of allies who were completely exasperated after that Pennsylvania rally. We cannot talk about how critical Pennsylvania is as a state. There are many people inside of Trump's inner circle who believe that Pennsylvania is going to decide the election. And Donald Trump got up there, just to repeat the laundry list of things that he said that he shouldn't have left the White House. Again, this is somebody who did not participate in a peaceful transfer of power. He complained bitterly for 20 minutes about several different polls that he said were inaccurate. These were all polls that showed him trailing behind Kamala Harris. He also spent another 20 minutes trying to essentially claim fraud in the 2024 election. He was sowing seeds of doubt ahead of the election. And then there were those comments about the press and shooting through the press. One of these allies telling me, how hard is it to go up there and just say, Kamala broke it and I'm going to fix it? Another one telling me that they have spent an enormous amount of time talking to campaign advisors, trying to get Donald Trump to focus on the economy, to focus on inflation. They believe these are the matters that voters actually care about. And I will tell you, from listening to the rally, listening to the crowd when Donald Trump was up on stage, it certainly didn't sound as though they were that receptive to these rants, to these rambles of him up on stage. Now, apparently that message got through to him, because when he was up on the stage in North Carolina, right before he came here, he seemed to be more on message. Now, it's Donald Trump. He's never really on message, but he did seem to try and talk about the economy, try to stick to his traditional stump speech. But again, these allies are incredibly frustrated about the language that he is using on the campaign trail, the darkness of the rhetoric, at least how they see it. They believe that he can win this election, but he's going to have to actually change how he is talking.
All right, Kristen, thank you very much. That's your job on the eve of the election. But what I'm asking about is, what if he doesn't win? And the fact of the matter is that Trump is already spreading false claims about cheating in Pennsylvania. He has repeatedly predicted a massive victory, even though polls show that the race is very close. He's setting the stage for his supporters not to believe the results if he loses. Do you want him to stop doing that?
I would never tell any candidate on the ballot to talk about what happens if they lose. Obviously, you're going to lean into the victory, especially
I appreciate
when the
that, Senator. Forgive me, but spreading false rumors.
You're running ahead of your candidate.
Totally, but saying false things about fraud
Totally disagree on this
is not. You think it's okay to spread false rumors about fraud and undermine the integrity of the election, regardless of what happens?
Dana, the liberal media has done a better job of spreading misinformation than
Senator.
any candidate I've seen so far. That's true. Listen, here's the fact. We're not seeing the coverage of 2 assassination attempts on CNN
We
against
did
Donald Trump.
wall-to-wall
We're not seeing the
coverage.
comments about Kamala Harris talking about fascists, calling Donald Trump a fascist.
John Kelly
We
called
should
him a
focus on
fascist.
giving
His
the
former
American
chief of
people
staff.
the opportunity, giving, and she repeated it, giving people the
Well,
opportunity.
wouldn't you?
to make their
If
own
Kamala
decisions.
Harris's former
That's
chief
what
of
the
staff
Americans-
called her a fascist, I would guess that you would repeat it too. And Donald Trump has called him one as well.
The bottom line is this, Dan. Bottom line is, we should focus on the issues that the American people are talking about. They're talking about the greatest invasion across our southern border. Black communities across this country, particularly in inner cities, are talking about the devastation of the presence of Venezuelan gangs leading to more crime. We're talking about a rise in the unemployment rate of African Americans. Of course, black men are now more open to the Republican Party and specifically Donald Trump because the numbers are in. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they've done a terrible job addressing the issues of black men. Therefore, looking at the Donald Trump years, we saw low unemployment and high enthusiasm.
I want to allow you to make your point, which I just did, but I can't let go of the fact
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you are saying it is the media spreading claims. It is not true. It is Donald Trump who is saying things that are true. Donald Trump is saying things just about Pennsylvania, just one example that local officials are saying is not true. We saw what happened on January 6th as a result of that and many other things. You were there at the Capitol. Are you saying right now, you want to leave this conversation and say you are okay with his rhetoric?
Well, Dana, what I'm going to tell you is the truth. The Supreme Court and local courts in Pennsylvania have ruled in favor of the Trump campaign this election cycle.
But this has nothing to do. That has
the
nothing to
Supreme
do
Court
with what he's saying.
made changes prospectively. You're asking the question about voter integrity, election integrity.
Right.
I'm giving you the answer. We've seen a strong shift in the right direction, and that's reasons for us to be optimistic that this election will be fair.
Everyone loves more food for less money.
That's all we want is a fair election. No tricks, no gimmicks. Fair.
Want to show one example, just one, of what he is posting on Truth Social and saying elsewhere. We caught them cheating big in Pennsylvania. Must announce and prosecute now. This is a criminal violation of the law. Stop voter fraud. Not only have we seen evidence of his claims, local officials are saying it's not true. How worried are you about what is going on? I mean, that is my question. How worried are you?
Oh, it made me tinkle hearing that. I mean, it's the same shit that he played in 20, and that didn't go anywhere.
Well, but it also,
our election.
but that's why I'm asking you this question. How worried are you about this being a repeat? Because he didn't win, but it caused a lot of problems.
I'm not worried about it. It's just like a thing. It's the same thing that he tried in 2020, and we had absolutely a secure election. And now there was voter fraud in Pennsylvania, and it was a handful of Republicans, and they had their dead moms voting for Trump. And I'd like to remind everybody that they were all caught and they were prosecuted. And now, and again, the Dan Patrick in Texas still owes me a significant lot of money for the reward that he owes from 2020. There was no voter fraud. He tried, and I would just tell him that desperation is the worst cologne, and I expected he was going to do that. It's not going to be effective, just any more effective than it was in 2020. And anyone that platformed his lies, that was a very expensive kinds of habit as well too. Fox had to pay over $800 million for those kinds of lies, and all of his supporters, they were all dragged into court, and they all turned their minds, and they're like, oh no, I'm so sorry that I lied. And remember the Kraken, and her defense was nobody takes her impossibly seriously. It's the same sad story that he had in 20. And I'd like to remind everybody that Biden wrecked his shit by 80,000 votes. And now we're going to be back in the same situation. He's going to try to lie and claim these baseless things. But now we're going to have a new team leading America, and that's going to be Harris and Walz. But it is going to be close.
Choosing the right candidate for any office is difficult, whether the office is square Every decision could be this.
Who y'all like? We need 4 more subscriptions, y'all. 4 more likes, y'all. 4 more people to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, y'all.
Particular, and are you going to get the margins that you want there? So there are a lot of open questions, and they're obviously working it hard right now. There are feet on the street, and they're doing the kind of work that you do in a race like this. But this race is filled with uncertainty today.
It's not generally a hot topic 2 days before a general election to talk about the last Des Moines Register poll. That's usually what we do before the Iowa caucuses. But if you look at that, Iowa is a red state, and she has Kamala Harris. Ann Seltzer, the famous Ann Seltzer, has Kamala Harris up by a few points. Now, Republicans I've talked to in Iowa think that that is probably overstating her support, but they do see a trend there with late breakers for Kamala Harris on the female side, on the older side, that could be very real, not just there, but other places. What do you see?
So I've also, in my own data, seen senior women trending a little more Democratic. I don't think it is to the extent that was found in the Seltzer poll, but she's a great pollster. Even good pollsters sometimes have outliers, and that is why I think what David Axelrod said is so important about uncertainty. This election could be a reboot. That's sort of what the New York Times Siena polls are showing, that Harris has rebooted the Obama coalition. She's getting younger voters. She's getting voters of color to turn out for her in big numbers. But this also could be a realignment, and that's what the Trump team is hoping for, that they're actually doing better with younger voters, better with voters of color than expected. And so even if they're losing seniors by a little bit, especially senior women, they're making up that ground in other places. We don't yet know if this is a reboot or a realignment. And just because the polls are generally showing this race close, I want to be clear, the uncertainty is not just we don't know who's going to win. It's also possible that one of these candidates could run away with this. The uncertainty is not just, well, we're sure it'll be close. We aren't sure of anything right now, and I know that's an unsatisfying thing to hear for the election.
It's so important. It is so important to underscore that it is so tight that really anything could happen.
Damn.
But the gains are pumping.
The market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Anything can happen.
Talked a lot about the unfounded claims of election fraud that he believes they are finding in this upcoming election. Of course, things that we just do not know are true right now. And then he also made a very violent comment about the media. Now, this is being framed by the Trump campaign as a joke, but he essentially said, when he was talking about the bulletproof glass that was in front of him at that rally, he then mentioned that if someone tried to shoot Donald Trump again, referencing that first assassination attempt on his life, that they would have to shoot through the media first. I want you to listen to exactly how he put it, Jessica.
I have a piece of glass over here, and I don't have a piece of glass there, and I have this piece of glass here. But all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much, because I don't mind.
I don't mind that so much, he said. Now, look, the Trump campaign has already issued a statement on this, and I have to say this up front, Jessica, that it is a pretty blatant attempt at spinning what Donald Trump said. This is what Stephen Chung, one of Donald Trump's campaign advisors, told us. He said, quote, President Trump was brilliantly talking about the 2 assassination attempts on his own life. He went on to say that the president's statement about protective glass placement has nothing to do with the media being harmed. It then went on to say that, in fact, President Trump was stating that the media was in danger and that they were protecting him and therefore were in great danger themselves, adding that he was actually looking out for their welfare. So I kind of jumped around in that statement. But again, I mean, this is not what Donald Trump had said. You heard exactly what he said. You just played that he was making this joke and saying, I don't mind.
Bitch, shut up.
I've been using this product. It's called Muesli, and I've been telling everybody about it because it's been life-changing to me. I go into a lot of things thinking it's not going to work, and I thought Muesli would be the same thing, but it wasn't.
Very surprising, particularly to Iowa Democrats, who do not believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is within striking distance of Donald Trump. I'm thinking back to 4 years ago, as you remember well, we covered the Biden campaign together. And at that point, former Vice President Joe Biden went to Iowa in the final days, held a rally on the Friday before Election Day, thinking Iowa was in reach, and ended up losing the state by nearly 9 points. So Democrats have definitely been sort of down on their luck in Iowa for several years. It was a state that Barack Obama won twice, in 2008, again in 2012, but statewide they have been a bit beleaguered. But this poll certainly is interesting in many respects because, as Kieran was saying, of course there are some similarities between some parts of Iowa and certainly the suburban voters, which we're seeing in battleground states. Women are largely supporting Vice President Harris.
Of course.
And turning away from Donald Trump. But the idea that that Iowa would be in play at this late hour certainly belies all of our other data. And should this, actually be a sign of what's happening next Tuesday, it would be a blowout. And no one expects that. The Harris campaign is not predicting that at all. None of our numbers forecast that. But I think, interestingly, it just shows in the suburbs and among women, the gender gap is clear. And also in this poll, it shows that key congressional races in Iowa, also Democrats are within their grasp of. So I think Iowa is certainly always politically significant. Donald Trump won the Iowa caucuses. He's won the state in all of his races. And virtually everyone on both sides of the aisle will be very surprised if he does not do so again next week.
And Jeff, you of course worked at the Des Moines Register. You have lived there in Iowa. Can you just give people context for this poll in particular, and what people? It's a very valuable poll in the state of Iowa, but also nationwide. It's very respected.
It absolutely has been a gold standard of polling, and we're a wash in polls. I think everyone at this late stage of a campaign is a bit, not sure which poll to look at. There are so many, and there's no doubt the Des Moines Register poll and Seltzer, the pollster, is definitely the gold standard. However, I think polls have some limitations. This is potentially an outlier of what we've seen in other polling in Iowa. Talking to sources on both sides in congressional races and other things, they are not seeing quite this. But I think just a bigger picture here is that Iowa has been a key example of the changing sort of face of battleground states in America. Iowa was always a key battleground, as was Ohio, as was Florida. Things have changed. Population has shifted. Now we see the blue wall states in the north and the Sun Belt states in the south as the main sort of routes to 270. If the Harris campaign saw any indication of possibility there, Vice President Harris would be on a plane to campaign there. Same with former President Donald Trump. He would be campaigning there as well. But we shall see. This is a good reminder that the voters have the say here. And for all of the polls and things, we shall see on Tuesday. So we should take a deep breath, look at all these polls as sort of a piece of information, but not certainly the final say in this. But these numbers, as a headline, my many years watching Iowa, I would be remarkably surprised if this was the outcome next Tuesday.
Nina likes things now. So when she couldn't get her hands on her weight loss medication, she came to us. Ro had a compounded GLP-1 option available, and she could connect with the provider right away. Her GLP-1 shipped in days.
So I can start losing weight now.
We got you, Nina. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
We keep talking about the presidential race on Tuesday night, obviously biggest one we're going to be focusing on, but the House and Senate and who's controlling that is also at stake. And I want you to listen to what House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican, what he told Luke Riddell, a student from Syracuse, when he was asked, will he try to repeal the CHIPS Act if they keep that majority? Obviously, the CHIPS Act, for those who don't know, bipartisan law, encourages companies to make more semiconductor chips here in the U.S., and I should note, timely for this soundbite you're about to hear, happens to be bringing $100 billion worth of investment to the Syracuse area.
The former president has said that he doesn't support the CHIPS and Science Act. You voted against it. If you have a Republican majority in Congress and Trump in the White House, will you guys try to repeal that law?
I expect that we probably will, but we haven't developed that part of the agenda yet. We got to get over the election first, and that's why we're so happy to be in New York 22nd.
What's your reaction to that?
It's just more of the same. I mean, look, Trump, during the convention, the Republican convention, he was railing against EV battery work and the electric vehicle industry, the CHIPS Act, all those things. Then all of a sudden, Elon Musk decides he's going to give him $45 million a month. Then all of a sudden, Elon Musk is great and EV vehicles are okay as long as Musk produces them. And, they can't decide which side they're on as far as when it comes to workers. They want good sound bites and they want to act like they care about workers. But at the end of the day, we know where they stand. They represent the billionaire class. That's who's funding Donald Trump's campaign. 3 billionaires have given hundreds of billions of dollars to Trump's campaign. And it's just more of the same. I mean, under the Biden-Harris administration, we've seen more investment in manufacturing than any time in my life. And they're creating jobs in America. Donald Trump oversaw a mass exodus of manufacturing when he was president. So there's a huge difference in who actually has done the work and proven they can bring manufacturing, keep jobs here, and who gave it all away.
Yeah, and I should note, Speaker Johnson says he misheard that question. An excellent question from Luke.
Tonight.
Prompt her a little bit more and deliver the message that they think will help him win this election. But he's not closing well. She's closing in a much more disciplined way. I said earlier today that, she's been criticized for being too cautious, but being disciplined in these final 72 hours is really an advantage if you're on your message. Being undisciplined can be very damaging, and so we'll see how that all works out.
The reason why formula companies all sound the same is because they're not very different. Almost all formula in America is made by 2 big companies and 1 white label manufacturer. And it's made with skim milk. ByHeart is the infant formula made with only organic grass-fed whole milk, not skim. Made in small batches. Made by us. ByHeart. Never skim.
What is your message to Americans that tell us that they still feel dissatisfied about the current direction of the country?
Well, listen, I know grocery prices are still high. The folks who are watching this interview right now know grocery prices are still high. We need to bring them down. We need to deal with the cost of housing. We have a supply shortage. Part of my plan is not only to work with the private sector to cut through the tape so we can build more housing in America, but also to give first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance so they can just get their foot in the door. My plan is about a $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life to help young parents pay for childcare, pay for a car seat, a crib. These are the kinds of things that the American family, that Americans who are hardworking deserve, which is about seeing where they are, who they are, and what will lift them up, and also growing our economy. And I'll make another point, which is leading economists, 32 of the highest level economists, including winners of the Nobel Prize, have endorsed my plan, saying that I will strengthen America's economy, Donald Trump would weaken it. Everyone from Goldman Sachs to Moody's reviewed my plan and know that my plan actually brings up America's economy by investing in our industries, including manufacturing American workers. His will exacerbate inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
How important is Georgia for your pathway to victory?
Georgia is incredibly important, which is why I'm here and I keep coming back. The people here have so much at stake, and I am going to earn the votes, which means I'm going to be here on the ground listening and talking to folks.
Do you believe that female voters, women, will make the difference in this election?
I believe all Americans are going to make the difference, and I intend to be a president for all Americans. I am working to earn the vote of all Americans, regardless of their gender, race, or geographic location. Because listen, I think part of the issue at play right now is we need leadership in this country that recognizes the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. I think this is part of the reason that so many people are voting for me who may have formerly voted for my opponent, because they're just exhausted with the approach that's about trying to have Americans point their fingers at each other. People are exhausted with demeaning who we are as a country. They want a leader who has a sense of optimism and a work ethic on behalf of them to actually seek solutions, common ground, and get things done.
What does it say about our country, the message that it sends, if it ultimately elevates a woman and the first woman of color to the highest office of the land?
I mean, listen, I believe in the promise of America. I have lived the promise of America. And I do know from a lived experience.
Thank you so much, Laugh More ATL. Thank you at Laugh More ATL. Thank you for the donation, man. Whoever donate, I appreciate y'all. If y'all donate, I thank y'all for donating. Show love to the page. Thank you for showing love to the page, y'all. Thank you. Keep it going, y'all. Keep it going. Let's go. Let's go.
Are uncomfortable with Liz Cheney. Should they still feel as though you want their vote and they are a part of the Democratic coalition?
Well, let me start by saying that I think Liz Cheney has shown extraordinary courage to be so open about the stakes of this election and to put country and the Constitution of the United States before party. I applaud at the highest level the courage that she has shown to stand on principle. My coalition, the coalition that I've been building over the course of this campaign and in my career, is about bringing people together, knowing the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. And I invite disagreement. That is good. We need good debate. We need disagreement where we challenge the principles and the ideas. My table will include people who will disagree with me so that we can arrive at the best decisions.
The reason why formula companies all sound the same is because they're not very different. Almost all formula in America is made by two big companies and one white label manufacturer.
Across those 7 key battlegrounds that we've been talking about, right? In your Sun Belt, you see a little bit more red than blue. In fact, there is no blue in the Sun Belt, but again, it's way too close to call. Trump by 3 in Arizona, 2 in Georgia, 1 in North Carolina, a tie in Nevada. Come over to those Great Lakes and a little bit more blue here, but look at this, just a point in Michigan, less than a point. When you're breaking out this symbol, Jessica, the less than, you know how close the race is. And then, of course, in Pennsylvania, all important Pennsylvania, tie, T-I-E-D. That's the bottom line of this election. Way too close to call at this point. All of the key states within a couple of points, and arguably the most important one,
The same states I just said on the list.
Just tied. Put that in terms of the electoral map for us. How does that bear out?
Yeah, how does the electoral map bear out? Well, if the results match the polling averages, guess what? Neither candidate gets to 270 electoral votes. I don't even know what other way to put it, because Pennsylvania becomes the all-important key state. Whoever wins Pennsylvania wins the election. We've been talking about it week after week after week. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, just to the southwest of me here in New York City, becomes the all-important state. If you can figure out who wins Pennsylvania, you probably know who's going to win the election, because at this point, the polls can only tell you that both candidates are short of the 270 electoral votes needed to win. That is, of course, if the polls are actually right on the money, which they probably won't be.
Okay, explain that to us, because they're not perfect.
No, they are not perfect. So, let's go through history, right? Let's go back since 1972 and look at the key battleground states and say, how off were the polling averages? The polls aren't perfect. They are a tool. They get you in the neighborhood, but when the race is this close, when all the key battleground states are within 3 percentage points, that's within the average error band. The average error band for state polling average since 1972 is, get this, 3.4 points. 3.4 points. And then if you talk about a margin of error, right, like a 95% confidence interval, we're talking about more like plus or minus 9 points. All of the key battleground states are within this error band, and they're actually within the average error band as well. So let's kind of talk about what happens if you have an average error and apply it to the electoral map, right? Well, if we have an average error, and Donald Trump benefits from the average error, guess what? He gets way past 270 electoral votes. He gets to 312. Why? He carries all the Great Lake battleground states. He carries the Southeast battleground states in North Carolina and Georgia. And he carries Nevada and Arizona out west. But of course, Jessica, there's no guarantee that the polls being off would necessarily benefit Donald Trump, even though they did both in 2016 and 2020. Because they could, in fact, the polling miss could benefit Kamala Harris like it did the Democrats back in 2022. If there was, in fact, a polling miss that benefited Kamala Harris, an average polling miss, she'd get north of 300 electoral votes. Look at that. She'd get to 319. Why? She'd carry the Great Lake battleground states, right? She'd carry Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. She'd carry the Southeast battleground states, Georgia, and North Carolina. And she'd carry the Southwest battleground states of Nevada and Arizona. So the bottom line is this. The polls at this point point to a race that's way too close to call, but an average miss in either direction could turn this into an electoral college blowout. We just don't know at this point.
Donald Trump spending Friday in two critical battleground states, Michigan and Wisconsin, as his team seeks to drive out any single vote they can. Now, in between his attempts to try and stick to his closing message, which they believe the campaign should be focused on the economy, immigration, crime, he spent a lot of the day trying to clarify those comments that he made about Liz Cheney the night before in Nevada. First, he posted on Truth Social. Then, during multiple stops throughout the day, he brought up those comments, or he was asked about those comments, and here's what he said.
I think that Liz Cheney is a disaster. All she wants to do is blow people up. She's a war hawk and a dumb one at that. And if you ever put her into the field of battle, she'd be the first one to chicken out. She wouldn't fight.
Now, it's rare we hear Donald Trump trying to clarify anything that he says. Generally, if he says something and there's an enormous amount of backlash, he allows his campaign or his surrogates try and clean it up. But there is clearly something about these remarks, particularly so close to the election, that either he or his campaign thought it was important for him to continue to try and clarify what exactly he was saying during that rally in Nevada. Now, his last stop in Milwaukee, very clearly, this was his second time in the state in just a week. They were trying to come here to try to drive out early voters, to take some of the pressure off of that November 5th election day of, get those votes out. Both sides that I have spoken to have said there's a little bit of a lack of transparency in the state, particularly of Wisconsin, but they're not sure what's going to happen. It was so close the last time around. They are both working as fast as they can and as hard as they can to try and drive out voters, because as we have repeatedly reported, this election is going to be determined in the margins and they need every single vote they can get. Kristen Holmes, CNN, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You gotta be kidding. Do you want to see me knock the hell out of people backstage? You want to see me? I don't mind if they want to come up a little forward or something, but it's a pretty stupid situation, but that's okay. I get so angry, I'm up here seething. I'm seething, I'm working my ass off with this stupid mic. I'm blowing out my left arm, now I'm gonna blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat too, because these stupid people. I'll make you a deal. Pretend you're listening to it perfectly, and I'll come back and do another one, okay? With a decent... It's so stupid. And you know, the only thing I ask for, I don't care about lighting, I don't care about teleprompters, because I never read the damn things anyway. By the way, isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a frickin' teleprompter? But I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. The only thing I ask for is a good mic. And this is the second time today that this happened. So now if I were the president, and you know, like a dopey guy like this Kelly, the guy's a total moron, and that happened, I'd fire him, and everybody would say, gee, I'm such a bad person. You're not bad, you fire people. When, for instance, the generals that destroyed us in Afghanistan, every one of them should have been fired. Should have been fired. Hello? Hello? I don't think so. Hello? Is that better? Is that better? That's terrible. Is that better back there? Is that yes or no? What crap. The only thing I ask for is a mic. You don't have to give me, I don't even need a stage. I don't give a damn. Give me a good mic, and I went through 2 of these today. And it knocks the hell out of your throat. But so far I'm doing okay, right? Okay. Is that better? Yeah. And did you notice I came in today, I said, and you know, this is after 4 of these things. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, I'm a human being, right? I come in, and here's the problem. Way too low. Way too low. So I walk in, I said, shit, there's nothing worse than I walk in like this, and I'm I was bending over like this. Hello. And then everybody says, is there something wrong with his back? What the hell is wrong with that guy? They're saying he's cognitively impaired and physically impaired. There's something wrong with them all because I have guys that are stupid back there. All right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? What a shame. But we're gonna come back. I'm gonna give you a free performance back in that corner. You got a bad area back there.
Shy. I'm Michael Smerconish in Philadelphia. This election could come down to the thinnest of margins. Data points and opinions don't show a clear winner. Nationally, CNN's poll suggests Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are running near even in the race for the White House. Harris, a slight edge at 48% to Trump's 47%. Then you've got the CNN poll of polls in the battleground states. It's all margin of error territory, hinting at a tight race that could go either way. In 3 runs for the presidency, Trump has never been in this strong of a position, according to the polls, even though you wouldn't say that he's leading. In 2016, the polls were predicting a Hillary victory. 538 had her up by 3 nationally. On this day, November 2nd, 2016, 45 to Trump's 42. At this point in 2020, 538 had Biden up by almost 8.5, 51.8 to Trump's 43.4. Once the final numbers came in, Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote by 2%, but lost the election. And Biden did beat Trump in the popular vote, yes, but it wasn't by 8.5 nationally, it was by 4.5. It's enough to raise this question: are Trump's numbers underreported yet again? If they are, he wins. Or have pollsters adjusted, accounting for the so-called hidden Trump voters? And what about shy Harris voters? Could they tip the balance? Justin Brown, writing in Politico, said, it's taken pollsters 8 years to pin down Trump's voters. Is 100 days really enough to accurately capture potential Harris voters? These voters are not necessarily shy with their support for Kamala Harris. Instead, the question is whether they're being overlooked by current polling methods. Polling data expert Nate Silver slammed election forecasts, showing a close race, accusing many pollsters of herding to ensure their predictions aren't too far off from other predictions.
We're going to learn very much in this last week of the polling. In fact, I kind of trust pollsters less because every time a pollster, every state is just a +1, every single state's a tie. No, you're hurting, you're cheating. Your numbers aren't all going to come out at exactly 1-point leads when you're sampling 800 people over dozens of surveys. You are lying, you're putting your finger on the scale.
Silver's own latest electoral college probability has Trump overtaking Harris with a 53.8% likelihood, 45.8% for Harris in order to return to the White House. The other Nate Cohen, the chief political analyst for the New York Times, cautions and says that recent changes add up to a case of cautious optimism on better accuracy, but that it's far from a guarantee. What other indicators do we have? The betting markets, they show Trump with a more than 50% likelihood of beating Harris. Betfair has him at 63%, Polymarket at 57% predicted, giving him a 52% shot. Is it because the bro vote is laying a lot of crypto on him? Who knows? On the other hand, the stock market has been on a tear, up 10% since August. This would suggest a Harris victory. The stock market has been a strong indicator of whether the incumbent party's candidate will retain control of the White House, correctly forecasting all but 4 presidential races over the last 96 years. And then, culturally speaking, there's an odd push and pull. A Ted Lasso world, optimistic and kind, versus a Yellowstone world where grit and machismo dominate. These cultural touchstones may signal the public's mindset as much as any other survey. I'm continually asked by not just television viewers and radio listeners, but many friends and family, who do you think is going to win the election? My answer is, I don't know. My head says Trump. My gut says Harris. I just don't know. More important, of course, is that we all get out and vote. And remember this, Election Day is a massive, massive undertaking.
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button,
Don't draw
y'all.
conclusions from any singular report of irregularity. David Litt, President Obama's former speechwriter, he put it best. He wrote these words: each location will experience nearly double the daily foot traffic of your average Starbucks. Not only that, but every one of these approximately 116,000 stores will be a pop-up, remaining open for just one day and closing for good at night. And oh, by the way, more than 900,000 voters will be woefully underpaid. That is Election Day in America. Okay? Remember the way we structure our campaigns. Once a year, this apparatus comes together, and if there are irregularities, it doesn't mean that there's widespread fraud.
Mornings can be hard. 3 little words can make them harder.
My tummy hurts.
But luckily, Pepto Kids
said about Liz Cheney and the very violent imagery he used to make the point he was making about war hawks. But before that, we were talking about President Biden's gaffe, where he seemed to appear to suggest that Trump supporters are garbage. Right now, career White House staffers, we are reporting, took issue with how Biden's aides went around altering the transcript of Biden's remarks. This is according to emails obtained by the Associated Press. The White House stenographer's office's protocol was not followed when the press office made this change from supporters to supporter '*S without getting supervisor approval. I guess the question I have for you is a more tactical one. Should Biden even be going out on the trail for Harris at this point, or is he just like too much of a risk?
I mean, if I was Joe Biden, and I knew, look, his legacy obviously is at stake in this election, and he is the president of the United States, got a lot of work to do as president, I would probably look at the numbers, I would look at the race and say, I'm going to focus on being president over the next couple of days. And that's probably the best, that's the best thing he can do for not just the Harris campaign, but himself and his legacy too. But look, I think, is this a problem for Joe Biden? Maybe. But is for Kamala Harris, like Kamala Harris, gave a speech as Joe Biden was doing that, talking about how she wanted to reach out to people, reach out to Trump supporters. She reiterated that again the next day when she talked to reporters, how important it is not to denigrate Trump supporters. So I actually think it was an opportunity for her that she took to separate herself a little bit from Joe Biden, which she has been, that's been one of her big challenges. And I think now she can say in this final couple days, look, I am out here trying to fight for every vote and trying to bring people together and sort of end the division in this country. And Donald Trump is not. And we are going to turn the page on all of that in a couple days.
So pay no attention to that man behind the curtain kind of message there.
I'm a lifelong Republican, but Trump added trillions to our deficit, and that's not conservative. Kamala Harris wants to boost our economy by getting government.
I too have been the underdog. I've been underestimated. My success belittled and discredited.
Oh, Lord.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top. They be like, how she got there? Hold on, let me warm up. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't gonna vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala, Harris, joining the race, she changed my mind completely. I did not have faith on any candidates until she joined the race and said the things that I wanted to hear. That
Your lying ass
next
up.
to this country.
choosing the right
political season. I don't know if you've heard, there's an election coming up in,
Yes.
in a few days from now.
Yeah, I just read that.
It's given people a lot of anxiety.
Leah, welcome back, Leah. Welcome back.
Looming over everything kind of sense.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you, thank you.
People do turn to food. I mean, not me because I can't cook, but for people who do, what would you recommend, cooking? What do people make? Is there, looking for comfort food? They're at home. They're trying to kind of shut out what's happening out in the world.
Yeah, I mean that's actually that's a very very astute observation, Caitlin. I think that food really makes us feel good in times of stress, and I think you're right about that. And so, for me personally, when I'm stressed out and I want to use food as medicine, so to speak, you just want your house to smell good. So how do you do that, right? You start cooking, especially this time of the year in sort of the colder regions of the country. You cook things that are like slower cooking things, like short ribs and roasts and roasting chickens and things that like take a long time to cook in your oven, but make the rest of your house smell really good when somebody walks in the house. And I think there's something incredibly comfortable about that.
And can you see a number in the circle?
Yeah, they was.
Get 2 pairs and
We need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, y'all. We need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, you see why they coming up now, don't you? I need 2 more people to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, y'all. 2 more people. I'm about to log off of here. Thank y'all so much for being a contributor to the channel, sitting, watching, listening, observing. Thank you so much, man. Unfortunately, it's time for me to take it to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning in Atlanta. How you doing, Leah? Thank you. I thought I wasn't going to recognize you, but I recognize the name. Thank you so much for tuning back in, but you late. I've been on live for a little minute, couple hours. I'm finna get out of here now. I'm trying to get me 3, 4 more people to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I need 3, 4 more people to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button before I go, y'all. Help me build this channel up, y'all. I need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, y'all. Cardi B isn't the best character to champion with. To campaign with. Right. Right. I need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Three more people. I need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me. I need 2 more people now. Thank you so much to whoever just hit that. Thank you, dog. Thank you. Or lady. Thank y'all to whoever just hit that. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Thank you so much, man. For sure. But however, man, thank y'all for tuning in to Bosstiviti World Podcast, where Bosstiviti is the activity of every boss. I'm finna get ready to log off of here. I'm gonna try to get about 4 more. Common law. Yeah, common law. I'm gonna try to get about 4 more subscriptions, 4 more likes out of here. And then I'm gone, y'all. I need about 4 more people. I really wish I can get to 100 subscriptions and 100 likes. Thank you, Cat, Wildcat. Thank you so much, Wildcat, $45. Wish I had that $45. I need 3 more people to subscribe and like, y'all. Subscribe and hit that like button. I need 3 more people, y'all. I need 3 more people, y'all, to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Yeah, been here since you started. Somehow I didn't get notified. Peace and love and all love. For sure. You follow me on Instagram too, Leah? I need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that like button. 3 more people, y'all. Need 3 more people to subscribe and like. 3 more people. 3. I need 3 more people to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, y'all. 3 more people. Man, time for me to get out of here. All right, man, I'm out of here, y'all. I see y'all don't want to hit that subscribe button or hit that like button. I'm going to get out of here.